Hi there. Hello. Welcome. I just started. I'm just waiting for a few people to come. I'm not at home right now. I'm visiting. I'm going to be away for a few weeks I'm going to be house sitting, looking after a couple of lovely little dogs. They're my buddies. I house sit for these friends whenever they go away. So I'm just working on some crochet, and I just thought I'd pop on a live, say hi. When I get a few more people on, I'll share my latest projects, let you know what I'm up to. I know a lot of the country and the States and that are getting really, really cold weather. I'm on the west coast of Canada. We've been down to 2 degrees here Celsius, but we haven't been below zero. So we're feeling pretty blessed. So nice to see you. Say, oh, hi, Mary Beth. Yay! I'm working on, this is going to be one of those new style of scarves that wrap around and have the skinny bit. There's somebody went viral with a knit scarf like this. So I just thought I would try it. It ties around, and then this little tapering part like ties in a knot. You might see a few of them popping up now because I'm seeing other people are starting to design them as well. But I thought, I've only seen the knit ones. I think today is the first time I saw someone sharing a crochet one, and it's a little bit different to the one I'm doing. So that's kind of nice. I'm using this 3-weight yarn. It's a lightweight yarn, and I'm using a 3.5 hook. So I've done all of the increasing from the beginning to as wide as I want it to be. It's about 4 inches. So I'm just going to work straight in this 4 inches. I think it's about 26 inches I have to get to before I start tapering it down at the other end. And then when you wrap it around your neck a couple of times, you can tie it in like a little tight knot at the front, and it just has these nice tapering ends. So that's what I'm working on right now. When I get a few people on here, well, oh, Gerlinda's here. So this is a good time for my friends. It was minus 23. Oh my goodness. Okay. I've seen it's really cold down, like in New Orleans, they had snow, rain. Yes. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's what I thought I'll work on today. I haven't got long because my friend's going to be coming. She's just taking the dogs out for a walk. And then and I know that her husband is bringing back fish and chips for tonight. So we're going to have a nice supper together. I came early because I needed to get a new car. I actually got a new car yesterday. I had an old Volkswagen Beetle, and I love it because I just love it. But it had electrical issues and stuff. So I had to trade it in, and I got myself a new car, which I hope to pick up tomorrow. So this is the last, I just actually uploaded a video tutorial on how to make this blanket today. So this is I think I called it a super soft blanket. I haven't got the pattern up yet on my blog, but I've got the video tutorial up, left and right handed. And it's made with that beautiful soft latte cakes. I think it's called Sunset Strip, this color. And I just did the edging, the border trim. I shot that video this morning for the trim. And then I edited it and I've put it up right-handed versions on my YouTube channel. So if you want to support me, go watch it and give me a few hours viewing time or a few minutes viewing time. I'm trying to up my ante on my YouTube. It will help me out enormously, especially now I just bought a new car. But I really needed to do it. My windows weren't opening and shutting reliably, and I live on an island and I need it to work. So anyway, so that's my baby blanket. So Mary Beth, Glinda. Oh, we've just got the two, and there's a third one here, but I don't know who that is yet. Okay. Yeah, so that's the blanket. So that's exciting news, and it's super soft, and I don't think I'll just be using it as a baby blanket. I think it makes a nice lap blanket. So that's that. And then you probably have noticed that I did put this ruby skinny scarf tutorial up on my channel. So I'm really excited about that. Left and right-handed. It's got a really good response, actually. Quite a few people are already viewed it. So this is a moss stitch, and it's a really cute scarf. And you can make it longer if you want it longer. And yeah, I'm kind of into those little skinny scarves. And then the other video that I just uploaded as a tutorial was for the moss stitch mug rug. I actually show you how to make the fringes and another moss stitch pattern. I got into the moss stitch just before Christmas, and it's so much fun. I might actually I think I started a moss stitch blanket, but I didn't get very far because I was sidetracking myself from my Christmas projects. So anyway, this was one of the Christmas ones. In the tutorial, I make a white one. It looks really nice as a white mug rug too. Maybe not practical if you coffee drips, but. And then the other thing is I got these, and this is where I'm gonna ask you guys for some help, okay? I got these skinny cakes because they're a 3-weight, and they're good for garments that you need drape in, right? And I thought, oh, I'll make a shawl. And I started this shawl, and I thought maybe I'll do a granny stripe shawl, but I don't think I like it. And I'm thinking, well, maybe if I used a bigger hook, it would be lacier. And then I'm thinking, well, do I really want to use it for a wrap? I've got 2 skeins of it, but is it the right color to do a cardigan? I did see a Rowena idea, Arona, I don't know how you say it, where you have those like sleeveless, like a shawl. It's like the pink and blue one that I wear, that I could do a different design on that. I could also do a lightweight poncho, or I could just make a blanket. But the reason I was trying to buy lightweight is because I never make lightweight garments. I usually use 4 worsted weight whenever I make a garment. This could look pretty as a cardigan. Might look pretty as a side to side. Like I've never done a side to side cardigan where you start at the sleeves and then you work across like that. So any ideas you have, please mention it in the comments or message me somewhere, because I'm not feeling this wrap. And wraps are not the most popular thing I design, like how much in demand they are. I have done a granny stripe triangular shawl, but I just haven't written it up yet. So let me see what you say. Yeah, the blanket is really super pretty. A spring cardigan. That's what I was thinking, Gerlinda. That's what I was thinking. And maybe make it looser, like a more lacy. But granny stripe, maybe just with a K hook instead of the H, just to make it a little bit more lightweight. I don't know. But when I'm thinking, by the time I've done this, I could have made myself a nice little top with shorts. Even a top with elbow length sleeves would be nice in it. A different stitch. Yeah, I think so too. So I'm going to explore some fun stitches. Maybe a moss stitch, because I've been doing a lot of moss stitches lately. Moss stitch might look quite pretty, actually. So I'm going to play around with it and decide what I'm going to do. And in the meantime, I've written up this pattern with all of the increases to the point where I'm just having to go straight. So I thought I'm just doing single crochet. So I thought if I work on this scarf while I'm chatting to you guys, and if any of you are busy crocheting, that would be good too. I wanted to just pop on here, say hi, and celebrate getting my car. It's SUV type of car. It's a Hyundai Tucson it's called. And I'm quite excited to pick it up tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be ready for me tomorrow. And yeah, my friend who I'm house sitting for today, this week, at the end of this week, they're heading off. He went down with me, so that was nice. They're old friends. I've known them for a long time. And it's nice when I'm on my own to have somebody that can help me out doing scary big jobs like buying cars. Yeah. So now my kids are all happy. I'll be safe and have a good car, reliable car. When you live on an island, you don't want a car that's going to break down on you because you have to get off the island to get it fixed. We have one mechanic and he's really super busy. So I think this is kind of like a baby kind of yarn by the look of it. It's by the color of it, but I thought the color would look really pretty as a scarf too. So I thought I'm going to use this up. Hats for donations. That's a great idea. Yeah, it's a red car. My bug was red, and this is not quite bright red. It's, I don't even know how you describe it. A rusty red, kind of, yeah. But I like it, and it was really nice to drive, and I'm feeling very blessed. Lots of good things happening in my family this week. So it's a big week. We've got lots of exciting stuff going on. And it makes me happy. I'll be happy when I get the scarf done too. Unfortunately, I did not shoot a video as I was doing all my increases, so I'll have to do it over again. But maybe I'll make a different color. Or maybe I'll even make one in a worsted weight. So I'll have one pattern for a 3-weight yarn, double knit, sort of light, and maybe one pattern in a worsted weight. So it's more versatile for different people, according to what they want. Yes, good job, Mary. Where are you finding all of those emojis? That's so funny. It is a tiny hook. It's a 3.5. I usually always use worsted weight or super bulky. This is the first. No, I have done preemie blankets and things and bonding squares when I do the preemie. A friend of mine, Sunflower Cottage Crochet, every year does a preemie challenge where we share bonding squares or baby hats, preemie size baby hats or preemie blankets. And I've done that for 3 years, so the 4th year will be coming up this year. And I have done some cute little preemie baby blankets too. One called the Precious Preemie Blanket and one called the Bobble Stitch Preemie Blanket, I think. And then the Zoe Preemie Beanie in 3 or 4 different sizes. I can't remember. And then 2 or 3 different bonding squares I've created. And then the concept, because she had her own preemie baby and her friend had a preemie baby, is they don't everybody pledges to donate something to Preemie Ward or some kind of organization which supports mothers of preemie babies. So if you want to look that up, Sunflower Cottage Crochet Preemie Challenge. They're still up from last year, and all the patterns are free on the designer's blog. I think she saves them as like a roundup after the blog hop is finished. But during the blog hop, which I think is in around June time, you can actually download the free PDFs daily from the blog hop. So yeah, that's why I thought I'd come on here and crochet while I'm doing, because it grows very, very slowly. Single crochets with a 3.5 hook and a very thin yarn. Not like me doing my chunky beanies. How is your bunny runner coming, Galinda? Was it you that was working on the bunny runner? Oh, wow, Lynn. Yeah, so you know how it feels. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I know somebody that's just had twins, and their babies are in the NICU. My niece used to work in the NICU as a respiratory therapist. I can't imagine how she did it. Takes special people to do that work. She was amazing. She is amazing. She's got her own little girl now, so she's not doing that anymore right now. Yeah, it's very scary times, but joyful times at the same time, right? We're blessed with the care that babies can have nowadays to make sure they're going to be okay. Yes, this beautiful sunset out the window. This house faces west towards Vancouver, and there's lots of trees. You look through the trees and just see the bright orange sunset. It's really pretty. How many? Oh, 7 people here now. Good job. Do you crochet, Linnea? Oh, hi. Yeah, the sunset's beautiful. I don't see it so much where I live on the island. I am on the side of the island where we have the sunrise. So I get the sunrise in the morning, but this is a beautiful. When I was growing up, I grew up in this town where I'm at now, and our house faced west towards Vancouver. We lived on an acre. And when I used to stand washing the dishes at night, you would look out the window and see the amazing sunset. It was always absolutely incredible. Yeah. Except, of course, if it was raining, which it did a lot where I lived. We used to call it rainy Haney back in the day. Oh, I'm not getting into any of that. I'm Canadian. Yeah, sorry. minus 17 in Toronto. You see, you're much colder than we are. I was born in Canada, so I'm Canadian, and that's kind of how it is here. So it seems the way it is. Well, before I left home, I took some pictures of my yarn room, which is an absolute chaotic mess, and a video, some mini videos, and I started clearing up. I got 2 shelves done, and I'm going to go and do the rest. And I'm going to do a bit of a before and after in my yarn room because I have so much yarn. But I think I'd mentioned before that my daughter was staying with me temporarily, and she just looks like she's just going to be maybe moving out in the next few months, which will be really sad because I'll miss the dogs and I'll miss her. But it's great that she's going to get her own place. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. What's your username, Linnea? And I'll look out for you in the future. You love cold, cold weather to show off my matching hat, mittens, and scarf. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you make them and you never get to wear them, right? Yeah. 5 sets. Good for you. You do full mittens, not fingerless gloves? Well, Stitchy Lynn. Yeah, I know you as Stitchy Lynn. I don't know you as Linnea. That's very strange, Linnea. Like if I put two and two together, I knew that was your name. So, but yeah. Yeah, so this might be the only time you ever see me single crocheting with this thin yarn. That's why I thought I'd have to go on and do a live and something, or I'm sitting on my own doing this, and it just seems so tedious. Look, I think I was here when I came on, and I've only got up to here. Oh, that's just because I chose to live on a little Gulf Stream island, right? I I didn't have to choose to move over there, right? It's just really pretty. It cost me about $150 return to go from main island to Wasson Terminal and back. And if I'm going to the main big island called Vancouver Island, which is where a lot of people from main island go to do their shopping, it's closer, right? It's free off the island. It only cost me like $55 to come back. But when you're going over to the mainland, it's a longer trip, an hour and a half, and it costs about $150. So it's quite a lot of money. No, by keeping them all together inside of a mitten, they keep each other warm, right? It really helps to keep your hands warm. I totally understand that. The only thing is you have to keep taking them on and off if you're going to be using your phone, but you don't have to do that all the time. Yeah. I think it's going to be very nice, and I can't wait to see it. I I don't know if I'm gonna do a single crochet edge all or a slip stitch all the way around just to sort of take the jiggity jaggities away from it. I like making new things that are completely different, right? Hi, Lisa. $300 for US to go to Vancouver Island. Wow, that's US dollars too. Is that like from the San Juan Islands or is that like from Seattle? I have gone to I right now I'm not on Vancouver Island. I'm on the mainland of British Columbia. I'm east of Vancouver, of the city of Vancouver. I'm up the Fraser Valley. They just call it the lower mainland. Yeah, everything costs a lot of money nowadays. But I've come over because I'm house sitting here for 2 weeks for my dear, dear friends. And my daughter and grandchildren are here, and my other daughter is in US. And with a bit of luck, my other daughter will be moving off the island where she's been sharing with me and getting her own place on the lower mainland. So we'll see how it all goes. We've been looking for houses today. Terrace. I've been up to Terrace. It's really nice, very far north. I went to Smithers, which is very close to Terrace. Yes. Yeah, a friend in Smithers, right? Yeah, I went up to do a show in Smithers. I used to do children's performing, and I did I went and did a concert storytelling and singing for children. I used to take a bag full of instruments for them to play along with, percussion instruments, and I would tell them stories. And this group really loved the stories. They were lying on like these gym mats on the floor in this great big hall. And I would say to them, "What do you want? Do you want to have another story or do you want a song?" And they always said, "Another story, another story." It was so nice because I just told stories. I didn't read stories. I had them all in my memory, right? And it was such a magical show. And then and Smithers at that time made me think a lot of growing up where in what is now Maple Ridge, but when I was little was called Haney, and it was very rural, just like Smithers. You could go out on your bikes and ride around and play out in the bush, and it was just kind of Smithers really made me think of that. And it's funny because my niece is married to somebody from Smithers, so yeah, it's a beautiful part of the country for sure. So do you live at Anacortes or Orcas? A lot of people do go from Victoria, well, it's Schwartz Bay, Sydney really, to those the San Juan Islands, of the Orcas or the Anacortes, and it isn't too expensive to do that. Yes, it is a small world. That's what I always discover when I'm on here. The fellow that I bought the car from yesterday was good friends with a family who I taught their kids in school. It's just like everywhere you go, right? You can't get away from it. One more row done. Do you like this color? It's very gentle. It's got yellow in it and peach and the white. Kind of like it. Ferndale, Washington. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a relaxing retreat, isn't it? What are you making, Nifty, with your 5.5 hook? That's an eye, right? Honestly, other than making amigurumi things, I never use this size of a hook. I make my little octopus sometimes with this size of a hook with a worsted weight yarn. Thank you. Well, you're very close, Linnea. Yes, we all want to know what you're making, Nifty. Yeah, you're very close over the border. It's like my daughter is in Abbotsford and she not in Mission, and she's probably half an hour from the border too. You cross over at Sumas. Oh, you're making a tote bag. Oh, 13 granny square. I was just looking at a granny square bag the other day. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's nice. You're kidding me. You go to Mission. I'm in I'm in I'm, I'm in Wannick, which is nearly a Mission, and my daughter lives in Mission, and the family that I'm with right now are car fanatics, and they go to Mission Raceway all the time. You're kidding me. Oh, and you're working on a ladybug bag. That sounds pretty, Mary Beth. You'll have to share some pictures on our Caraway Crochet group on Facebook. We need people sharing their pictures over there. You probably do. It is fun. It sounds fun. I've never made anything like a ladybug bag. Whenever people complain about black yarn, I tell them my secret. What I was told to do with black yarn, which I find works really hard, is to always just put a white piece of paper on your lap underneath your work, and then work over top of the white piece of paper, and then the stitches show up much better. That's what I do, Nifty. Exactly. Snap. Yeah. It does. I'm surprised that a lot of people don't know about that. I keep sharing it on all the groups when people complain, but it really works. Really appreciate you all being here and spending time. It's so nice. Yeah, share, share, share. While I'm here, I've done 2 cardigans that are completed that I haven't written. Well, I've written the pattern up, but I haven't got all the sizes done. And I want to get that completed and published and out there for the world. So that's one of the goals while I'm here. And the other goal that I have while I'm here is to do lots of tutorials and really bring back my YouTube channel back to life like it used to be before I stopped doing everything. There's just so many different directions to go to with crocheting and blogging and YouTube, but literally I have 2 cardigans. One's called a classic cardigan, one's called a simple cardigan that I haven't published. And I think you can see the window behind me. That's the orange sun is shining through that window and making the frame. It's hard to there. It's hard to do it when you're back to front. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so I've got 2 cardigans and a sweater that I have brought over, and I'm working on some sleeve patterns. So while I'm only going to be here for 2 weeks, so I don't know what I think I'm going to be able to accomplish in 2 weeks, but I'm going to get as much done as I can while I'm on my own here with the dogs. And I want to do more lives because I have so much fun with everybody doing that. And just get a routine going. But when you get older, you sort of get through to the afternoon and you think, oh, I'm getting tired. And it just gets left to the next day and the next day. Let's see, I've lost a lot of comments here. Yeah, that's right. I don't use a neck light. I don't think I need it. I don't have a hard time once I get that white paper behind me. My work, it's just like regular crocheting, so I've never used a neck light. Yeah, just put the white piece of paper behind. Really, it shows the holes show you there's no problem really crocheting with black yarn once you've got that white paper behind you. Oh yeah, that's a good way to learn it. I don't know how I don't, I'm old. I don't know how long I've known you to do that, but anyway, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Honestly, it's amazing. It's quite miraculous. Yeah. Yeah, so what time is it? We've been on here for 35 minutes. So I think I've got a little bit more time before Mick comes home with the fish and chips. What I like about fish and chips when you're on the mainland is you can get the English kind of fish and chips, because I used to live in England and so did the friends I'm visiting right now. And you get fish and chips with mushy peas, which a lot of Canadians think are absolutely disgusting, but we love them to bits. So I can't get them on the island. When I have fish and chips on the island, they're just regular Canadian fish and chips with coleslaw and the sauce, tartar sauce. But when you're on over here, you can get the proper ones with the mushy peas. So I'm looking forward to that. Good old fish and chips, yeah. Not quite the same as English ones, but they're pretty close. The pieces of fish you get in England are just enormous compared to what you get here. But they're an island nation, right? They're surrounded by water. When I get off with you guys, I'm going to have to count this, make sure I haven't been increasing. Yeah, so I shared a reel or a short with my Happy Hippie cardigan, which I'm wearing right now today on my social media. Lots of people were having positive things to say. So that's nice. Okay. I can't see the bottom of this. What are you making? Oh, me. What am I making right now? This is a scarf. Sorry, you maybe missed the beginning of the video. This is a scarf. There is a scarf that's gone viral on YouTube, on Ravelry, which is a knit scarf. And I thought, oh, I'll try a crochet version of this scarf. And it's kind of like a straight scarf in the middle, and then it tapers on each of the ends. And it wraps around your neck and ties quite tight here. And there's this nice little, like a tie effect. And so I thought I'll try and crochet one. Hers is made with very fine, you know how knitting is, very beautiful yarn. And it's an absolutely gorgeous scarf. But I thought I'd try and come up with a simple, like this is just single crochet, something really basic that beginners could make once you get the increasing down and the decreasing, which is not hard. And yeah, so I'm going to make it. This is my first one. And I might, as I'm saying, I might make another one, maybe out of worsted weight, just that'll be a little bit heavier. I don't know. This might just be the perfect weight. So I'm going to wait till I see. But that's what I'm working on. So I've got this super fine, this it's DK, like 3-weight yarn. And I'm using a 3.5 crochet hook. So it's taking a long time to do it. So because it's taking such a long, I thought this would be the ideal project for me to do on a Crochet and Chat, because I can work away at crocheting this, because literally I do a row and it goes up not even a quarter of an inch probably. So it's going to take me a while. Be patient. I mean, it's funny, if we're doing a blanket, it takes us just as long actually, but it's just, we just have a huge blanket to share. Yeah, so I don't, if you were missing at the beginning, not as long as I've been knitting. Crocheting, I think it's probably around 30-ish I started. So a long, long time, like 40 years. But the first thing I made was a lap blanket for my dad. That's why I started crocheting. He wanted something to keep his legs warm when he got older. And I was thinking knitting a chunky sweater is going to be just different. I learned to crochet, and I did just a straightforward lap blanket. I just made it up out of my head with holding 2 strands of worsted weight yarn together. And I actually still have it, because he passed it on to my mom when he passed away. And then when she passed away, it came to me. So it's back with me now. But yeah, so that's when I started. And in the days where you had to learn off of a sketch, a little diagram showing you what to do with written instructions, because there were no videos. And I was left-handed to top it all off. So, but that's why I might be a little bit unorthodox in the way that I crochet, but it does the job. Yeah, so that's what it is. And I might be halfway through. Can't remember how far I have to go. I think probably a little bit farther if it's going to wrap around your neck a couple of times. Yes, that's so true. So true. My mom did used to knit, but she was very, very slow, and she didn't find it easy at all. But she did do 2 sweaters for my dad. But I think it took her about 3 or 4 years to do each one, because she'd do it for a while and then put it down and then pick it up and do it for a while. It definitely wasn't an addiction for her. And then that's it. But I started knitting sweaters and all kinds of stuff, tank tops and everything, when I was at college in England. I went to college in England, in Scarborough. And it was all the rage, striped tank tops and Aran sweaters and stuff like that. So that's when I got into all that stuff. And then I knit for my older kids when they're babies. And literally only got back into crocheting around 2014, when my mom was ill. And I just did it as a sort of meditative practice to sort of, after she died. And that's how I got doing caraway crochet. I made so much stuff sitting in the bedroom at my daughter's that somebody said, you need to have a shop. And I had an Etsy shop, and then I started designing patterns, and then I got my blog, and it all really grew out of that time. So you just never know. And I just learned it all, just Googled and searched and figured it out. I should probably head out after this last row here, see what my friend is doing. She's out there with the dogs. And thank you for being here. Brighten my day. can't believe you come up to Mission Raceway, Lene. That's too crazy. I'm going to tell my friends about that. Well, thank you. I just like making stuff. You know, I used to be a singer-songwriter, and then I did a lot of art, but then COVID came and you couldn't really show your art. So I sort of got sidelined into this, and I love it. I just love it. I'm so happy. Very happy. So thank you very much for being here. And hopefully, I do keep thinking I'm going to get into some kind of a routine, but that might not be my personality type, you know. So if I just come up and I happen to be here, that's great. I should try and post half an hour before to at least warn people that I'm coming on. But then sometimes I would never get on if that was the case. So I just kind of dive in and just do it. So thank you so much for being here. I'm in my beautiful friend's lovely room and very comfortable place. I'm all set up with my little table for doing my YouTube tutorials. Really enjoyed chatting with you, Nifty. So nice. And you too, Lisa. Everyone, thank you so much for being here and entering into the chat. Entering into the chat makes it all worthwhile. Thank you so much. Take care. Stay warm.